Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to When the Night Comes. In the last episode, we went back to Ezra's magic shop to let him know that we were doing okay, and it seems we stumbled on a lover's quarrel, shall we say. Something definitely seems to be going on between Finn and Ezra, and hopefully Camille can help them out. I seem to be collecting secrets quite efficiently lately, so it can't hurt to try and pry another, and maybe help diffuse whatever this is. Are you two okay? Finn almost looks straight through me. Ezra's eyes widen, but he recovers quickly, his smile strangely earnest. What do you mean? I don't mean to interfere, but you both seem so tense. Is something wrong?
We just had a little disagreement. It happens, especially with all of this going on.
You sound very nervous, though. Ezra's gaze snaps to Finn. Eye contact fixing and holding before Finn exhales sharply, apparently willing to be a little more open than the witch.
With everything that has happened, I made the decision that I would be more mindful and keep my distance from Ezra. Him being seen with me made the enforcers make his life a living hell, which he will vigorously deny.
Ah, okay. Ezra opens his mouth to protest, but Finn pointedly continues. He softens then, a fond look in his eyes as his gaze flicks between us. You cannot live your life with them breathing down your neck. I know what they do to people they feel threatened by, or who they'd like to use Whoops! Let's try that again. You cannot live your life with them breathing down your neck. I know what they do to people they feel threatened by, or who they'd like to use as a scapegoat. Look at Fierro. You hold knowledge from working with them. They're afraid of you.
I refuse to stand by and let those I care about get hurt. I've had enough, and if staying away helps them get off your back, helps protect you, then so be it.
We're stronger together. Stop being stubborn. Ooh. I'm sorry, just looking at them, they both seem to say the same thing. I don't... This is kind of confusing me, because it's rather apparent we're meddling in Ezra and Finn's relationship. And so I guess what I expected was, you have an option where you're like, oh, like, no, that's foolish. Like, you two care about each other. Like, you should keep being together. And then the other would be, oh, that's a good idea. Finn's right. Your life shouldn't be made harder by his presence. However, they both seem to be saying the same thing. We're strong together. Don't do that. Stop being stubborn. Be with the man you love. So I guess at that point, it's just a matter of tone. And I haven't been playing Camille as aggressive, so I think she'd try and implore, rather than me, stop being stubborn, that's rather confrontational, compared to, we're stronger together, that's more of a gently approach. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. I see a flaw in his logic, however thoughtful his explanation might seem. Don't you think you're stronger together? That we're all stronger together? I know he means well, but from being in Lunaris and being around this weird and wonderful little family I've joined, I've come to see that strength really is better in numbers. Using logic, I roll my eyes, hoping he sees my point. Yeah, I'm very confused by that. Maybe this is a case of if you're not dating either Finn or Ezra, they will always get back together. Because like I said, we're very clearly meddling in their relationship. I would have expected an option to help them get back together or help split them up, effectively. So maybe the only way Finn and Ezra don't end up reconciling is if you're dating one of them and you say no to polyamory. Maybe that's how that works? I'm not too sure. I think it's interesting that one of the other couples, will always hook up. I kind of like that. It's, it adds something to the world, if that makes sense. It's not that all the other characters are just like, we're waiting on the protagonist to see if they'll bone us. Like, they're like, nah, we're hooking up because you ain't dealing with us. Like, I like that. It kind of reminds me of the Iron Bull and Dorian in Inquisition. If you take them out together a lot, then they will enter into a relationship. Okay. I roll my eyes, hoping he sees my point. I understand where you're coming from with this, but in such a situation, don't you think it's better to take some risks? Being away from those you care about truly only does more harm than good. Your presence gives them strength, and you face the consequences together. Finn, you're expecting to be everywhere and nowhere at once, and we're all taking risks here. Exactly. Please tell me you at least see how much better we are with you around, as part of this unit. He looks to the side, a brighter smile forming before he returns his gaze to us. I've lived a long time. I may just be a little overly cautious. But yes, I see. They share another look, something private, and the way Ezra's cheeks darken under his golden gaze doesn't go unnoticed. There's history here, something precious and fully formed. They both seem so lost. Much like all of the other wandering souls in this town. Maybe they just need a push. Aha, okay, this is it. I was speaking too soon. Okay, yeah. Hell yes, let's give them that push. You seem to care about one another a great deal. I hope I've helped, even a little. Ezra bites his lip, fiddling with his sleeve, casting Finn a lingering glance. The vampire hasn't taken his eyes off him, not once.
Well, I'm used to having so much company, being surrounded by those that I love. So going from that to whatever this is has been hard.
I do care about you immensely. He continues to look at Ezra, his fingers twitching at his side. I can't bear the thought of you paying dire consequences for being seen with me, but the thought of stepping back and letting it happen sickens me more. Silence hangs between them, between all of us, and yet they still look at each other like that. You should talk, without me here. I mean, that would be nice. I groan, checking I have all of my weapons up on my person before I make a keen beeline for the door. You look good together. You are good together, clearly. Are you trying to play matchmaker, Camille? Ezra scoffs, lashes dipping. It's working. Yes! Annoyingly and embarrassingly, I feel a yawn brewing, unable to stifle it. My fatigue suddenly catches up to me, and I find 2 pairs of wide eyes staring at me. Tired, are you? Just a little. I should go. They both smile at me, watching as I part the curtain to leave. Thank you for today, for everything. Rest well, Camille. The cool air hits my face, invigorating me enough to help me drag myself towards my bed. I take a few steps away from the shop, and I hear a familiar voice calling my name. I turn, smiling when I see them.
I was hoping I'd catch you. We've much to discuss, I'm sure, but allow me to be a little selfish tonight, will you? Can I escort you home?
Oh, of course you can, August. Of course you can. My smile widens, and I can do little to deny them, not when my heart sings at the mere sight of them. I'd like that very much. I eagerly take their hand, and we crowd close as we head for the wolf. The wolf is overfull and bustling tonight, and August and I manage to enter without really drawing anyone's attention. We stay close as we head for the bar, and August rests their hand at the base of my spine, leaning in to press their lips to my ear.
You really should lay low and get some rest, you know. As tempting as drowning one's sorrows sounds.
One drink? Come on, August, let's celebrate. We did a heist, we didn't get caught. We walked through the murder forest and didn't get killed, you know. Celebrations are in order, I think. I wholeheartedly agree, but I'm not ready to say goodnight to them just yet. I have a craving for company, no matter how heavy my eyelids feel. I agree, but would you like to accompany me? Oh god. I don't necessarily think Camille means it like that. I mean, if you want to know, I don't know. But I don't think that's what Camille is intending. They tense up, as if caught off guard by my proposal. I'll see that you get inside safely. Then a smile, and August is comfortable in their skin again. You can't just say that. Oh no. I was doing so well. I was doing so well not sexually harassing the characters. And then August appeared on screen and it all went to shit. Just... Why couldn't you have said, come with me? Why did you have to just say the one word? August, why did you do this? Okay, I'm gonna calm down. I am calm. Come. They let me lead the way, their eyes lingering on the densely packed crowd until we begin our ascent. Welcome, August, to my shithole room. Yes, it is crap. I let the door click shut behind us, turning to watch August curiously take in the sight of my room. It's not very impressive, is it?
Do you want me to lie to you to save your feelings?
No, I know it's shit. I know it's crap. I snort, shaking my head. Well, I've had worse than this, but it's certainly far from luxurious. We really should try and find you somewhere nicer to stay.
You'd think the agency would want to treat the person who is supposed to be our saving grace to at least a mattress that doesn't look so... lumpy.
I know, bud. Tell me about it. They'd... Cheapskates. Cheapskates at the enforcement agency. I pass them and take a seat upon said lumpy mattress, tapping the space beside me. It's not that lumpy. Come on, try it. If you insist. I watch them intently as they settle beside me. their hips wiggling as they tried to get comfortable. I know it's a fruitless task, but I do love the face they're pulling.
I can only apologize on behalf of the enforcers for this torture we're putting you through. I'll ensure that whoever was put in charge of your accommodation is reprimanded at once.
I love August so much. I love that. They just come into the room and are like, damn, Camille, this is crap. I love them. I love them so much. I laugh, nudging them gently and reaching to take their hands in my own. These hands can surely cause much harm, and I've not even scratched the surface when it comes to seeing what they can do, but that seems rather hypocritical of you, Camille, considering that I think it was at the beginning of either this chapter or the last, you kicked the shit out of a newly born vampire fledgling. Like, your hands can do some damage. Like, if they have knives in them, like, don't sell yourself short, Camille. You are a beast. They're soft and elegant. Their fingers long and unmarked. Beautiful. Just like August. Having fun there? It's been a long day and I crave their contact, their warmth. I bring their hand to my lips, pressing a kiss to their knuckles. I'm just admiring you. I'm certainly not going to stop you.
You really were incredible today. Both you and Piper. Casimir only filled me in very briefly in passing, but I'm proud to have you both as my hunters.
Ye praise us! Praise us, August! They squeeze my hand, staring down at that point of contact. We couldn't have done it without you and Ezra. It was an excellent show of teamwork. Yes, I suppose it was. With a heavy sigh, August's smile fades, replaced with something that looks a lot like sadness and apprehension. Everything is about to change quite drastically, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Shit is about to hit the fan. And it's not going to be pretty. I do feel rather badly for August. They have dedicated their life to this institution. Hell, not even the institution, to Harry. I get the feeling that, Harry could have walked through fire and, the 9 gates of hell, all of that, and August would have followed him. I really believe August would have followed Harry anywhere they'd said. Because August clearly admires Harry a great deal. They look up to him a great deal. And here's the thing. I know the game hasn't said Harry's involved, but on a personal level, I feel like he has to be. I feel like he has to be. I feel like they're setting him up as the twist villain. And August is in for some heartbreak. It's going to be really tough for them hearing that the agency they have worked for all this time isn't what they think it is. And then there's going to be the added thing of, and the person I admired most in the world isn't who I thought they were either. It's going to be shit piled on top of shit, to be very blunt. I am preparing myself for August being super depressed at some point, and I don't want to see that. I want to see August be happy, because I like August, but yeah, August is gonna get that heartbroken. I'm telling you, they have to. Everything is about to change quite drastically, isn't it? How am I supposed to go to work each day and serve the agency knowing what we know? I turn to face them, making sure they're looking at me. And also, whilst I remember, you are not like them. You can help us change this, fix this. You're a good person, August. They swallow thickly, blue eyes wide. You really think that, don't you? I nod, maybe a little too enthusiastically. I do. We sit in comfortable silence for a while. Nothing but the muted sound of laughter and glasses clinking coming from the tavern downstairs. Eventually, August gazes at the clock on my nightstand, sighing heavily. I should head home. I haven't slept in my bed for almost 2 days now. Why head home when there's it's not a perfectly decent bed, but you get what I'm saying, there's a bed right here. You could just sleep here. I'll sleep on the floor, I don't care, but you don't have to leave yet. You don't have to leave yet, bud. Go for it. I hate to see you leave. And I hate to leave. I smile, twirling a long strand of their silvering hair around my finger. Promise me you'll go straight home, not to the office. With a playful sigh, they nod.
I promise, General.
What? Ah! My heart. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I swear I'm fine. The way one of their brows climbs towards their hairline doesn't go unnoticed. And them calling me that does something. Oh god, Camille, why are we thinking the same things, Camille? I gently curl my fingers in the front of their shirt, pulling them closer. Their breath hitches and I press our lips together. It's slow, sensual, and I'll surely not forget it until the next time I get the privilege. We rest our foreheads together when we part, both smiling, eyes bright.
If this is you trying to get me to go home to sleep, you're doing a terrible job.
Yay! I huff a laugh, still tasting them upon my tongue. I can't find it in me to apologise. Very reluctantly, we pry ourselves apart. I can speak English, I swear I can. Very reluctantly, we pry ourselves apart, and August stands to leave. Good night then, I suppose. Good night, August. Before they have the chance to take a step towards the doors, Camille pounces on them? Oh, hello! Hi, it was H. Oh, flippin' heck. It slams open, hitting the wall with a thud. There stands a bloodied and beaten Aurora, a dishevelled shell of the calm and collected woman I met just a week ago. I quickly move to stand by August's side. Magic flickers about their fingertips, their eyes bright, glowing vivid violet. I place my arm in front of them to tell them that I have this. Aurora, what do you want? She leans against the doorframe, leaving a bloody handprint upon the wood. With a deep, ragged breath. Hunter Aberline, Enforcer Willenheim. I think I may require your assistance. From Eden. They killed my parents, my sister, my family, so I won't stop until the earth is free from abominations like you. Finn feels warm for the first time since he took his last breath all those centuries ago. The searing, sharp pain in his shoulder is driving him insane, almost feral to the point where he feels like sinking his teeth into his own flesh and ripping it clean from his bones. He writhes amongst the dirt and leaves, his hand slick with blood where he presses it to the wound. It's a lost cause when he's so weak like this. No hope of healing something this big and this violent, inflicted by a silvered blade. Unless he feeds. He closes his eyes and closes out the stars that flicker through the canopy of trees above him, conserving what little energy he has left, and he waits. Eventually, the snapping of a twig underfoot draws his attention, and before he even knows what he's doing, he's pinning a warm body to the ground, seeing and smelling nothing but flesh and blood. Blood that smells distinctly like vanilla, like magic. He's blinded by pain and hunger, and as he presses his fangs to the perfect curve of the human's throat and sinks them into supple flesh, he finds his ecstasy. The first rush of blood hits his tongue, and he's never tasted anything like it. The hot, thick liquid coats his throat as he drinks greedily, but something makes him hesitate. He's not struggling. He feels fingers push into his hair, gentle as they cup the curve of his skull. He's almost urging him closer, breathless words whispered in his ear, words that tip his world upside down. Take whatever you need. He pulls away, and as golden eyes meet green, he feels alive. Day 3. He might not sleep, but he feels like he's been drifting in and out of fever dreams, nestled beneath 2 soft cotton sheets in a bed that isn't his own, as the witch tends to his arm. His touch is so painfully gentle that Finn swears he can feel his long dormant heart lurch in the cavern of his chest. He watches him intently, noticing the way his hair falls in his face, the way his tongue sticks out when he's concentrating, the way his cheeks darken when he finally notices Finn's intense gaze. The wound looks better. She used a silvered blade, which obviously isn't good for you, but it's healing well enough. Finn curls long fingers around his wrist when he starts to retract his touch, meeting those wide emerald eyes. Thank you. Ezra's flush deepens, dark lashes kissing the top of his cheeks, and Finn doesn't remember ever feeling more enchanted. Day 15. Ow. Stop, I know this isn't hurting you. Finn offers him a sly grin, loving the way his brow furrows when he's angry. The prototype feels perfect, and Ezra's smile says it all. It fits? Finn huffs a laugh, and Ezra continues to fuss with the arm, scribbling furiously on a piece of parchment that he expertly balances upon Finn's leg. It fits, he agrees, and Ezra's smile grows infinitely brighter. Day 42. Ezra flattens his palm upon the cold black iron, and Finn's eyes widen as it flares to life. Magic. Ezra's magic, flowing through it. It lights up in intricate patterns like swirling vines, and he can feel him everywhere. Warm. He wiggles his fingers, twists his wrist, bends at the elbow, and he sees tears in Ezra's eyes. Wait, what's wrong? Are you okay? He reaches up almost unconsciously, cupping the curve of Ezra's jaw with his brand new hand, reveling in how easy it feels. Ezra covers his hand with his own, holds him there. I'm just so glad it works, he laughs. I'm happy, I guess. Finn edges closer, unable to tear his eyes from Ezra's lips, and he wonders how he's gone this long without kissing him. Ezra, you saved me. I owe you my life. I don't know how I can ever repay you. His traitorous gaze travels to Ezra's throat, settling upon the 2 faint marks, and he wonders why Ezra didn't heal them and erase them from his body. I wanted to remember. His gaze snaps up, Ezra's lips unmoving. He's smiling, leaning into his touch. You heard me, didn't you? Why did you let me? Ezra leans forward, the infuriating gap that separates them closing. He tips his chin, and it's almost like an invitation. I wanted you to know. Their lips meet, and he tastes Ezra's broken whimper against his tongue as they curve against one another. Ezra laughs, and it sounds a lot like relief. A lot like he's been dreaming of this too. Finn fills his lungs, and then he surges in for more. Always more. Oh, you're not leaving it there. I'm pretty sure that was the end of chapter 5. Oh, well, we're ending on a cliffhanger, it seems, in the next episode. What happened to Aurora? What is going on here? But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.